Alright, morning everybody, it's Dan from Valhalla Games, welcome back. I thought I'd take a couple of minutes this morning and show you something which I stumbled across yesterday. So an old club member and a long-time club member of our club here in Christchurch Wargaming Club, here in New Zealand, Mike, unfortunately passed away after a prolonged period of poor health. However, after quite some time, the various clubs that he's been affiliated with over the years got some of his stuff from his family in order to sell off and raise some money for his family. And I was lucky enough to go and meet some friends there and take home some stuff myself in order so that other people might be able to share it and use it from here on. So I thought I'd take you through the stuff. So firstly, massive pile of deciduous trees. Who can't do with some of that? I also got a great case here with a few different layers in it. That's all sort of segmented, so that'll be good. Now this one here is actually my favourite thing. So these gliders are resin. I believe they are Grand Manor resin gliders. I've put some miniatures here for size. They're really awesome, really well painted, and I've had my eye on them for quite some time. I remember speaking to Mike, and I said to him, Mike, if you ever sell these gliders, would you consider asking me first? And he agreed. I haven't said anything to anybody as the estate sort of sale came up, because I wouldn't want anybody to think I was moving in on things that I might not be entitled to or anything like that. But I was absolutely chuffed to take these home with me, as you know, we'd discussed it in the past, and I really feel a connection to these. They are absolutely beautiful, and I've never seen gliders in this scale that are as good as that. Again, I believe the Grand Manor. I'm pretty sure that he confirmed that with me, but absolutely chuffed to have them in my collection now. Next thing I got, nice big church. Take the top off it and have a look inside there. Really nice. And as I remember, does that part come off? No, maybe not. Played some good games on that terrain. Some early war vehicles there. Going into a bunch of Hanemags, new Hanemags there. Panzer Fort. So this is resin. There's some beautiful resin vehicles here. It's even got Schutzen on the side. Nice, again, resin there. Some of these vehicles have got little bases and that on them. I don't know where he got them from. I believe at some stage Mike's friends were casting them. So really amazingly cast vehicles. They're fantastic. Ursat's Panther M10. Down here at the front here, we've got a Wargames Foundry crashed German aircrew. Those are the only miniatures I've got that belong to Mike, so really will treasure them. I'll rebase them, base them up on 25mm bases. Over here I've got a bunch of terrain that I remember playing on, particularly around the Pegasus Bridge scenario for our D-Day 75th anniversary big game that we had, so look back at our video from that. Over there, some lovely, nice painted up hedges and stuff like that, nice gate, and bunker there, and some picket fences. So down here in front of this box, we have got just a nice big box of some resin parts and stuff, a bunch of turrets for early war, World War II Soviet vehicles, and with a little bit of work, I think I'll be able to push this back into shape and get the wheels and that are in it there. I've got a frame and the rockets for a Katyusha, so hopefully I'll be able to turn that into that. It's a nice airborne handcart, a metal Jeep that's in scale, and a German flak cannon. But the absolute money shot is something that lives in this grey storage box, which is this here. So one of the ends of Arnhem Bridge. And absolutely chuffed again to own this centerpiece piece of terrain, and I'm looking forward to using it one day as part of one of my big Arnhem games that I've been planning for. And those of you that have been watching for a while know that's absolutely one of my things. So that's it for what I got yesterday. I'm looking forward to putting it on the table and having other people enjoy it. and yeah, play with Mike's stuff and talk about Mike, and yeah, have a bit of a legacy from living on that way. There's a couple other things I thought I'd show you in the Wargames room today, so join me and I'll just have a bit of a whip around and have a bit of a talk. Alright, so those of you that have been looking at our blog, and I've sometimes mentioned it on the podcast and also the YouTubes here as well, is I like to have painted stuff out on display in the shelves in my Wargames room. But you know, you reach a stage when you need to put some stuff out to spur yourself on and get some stuff out there that's not painted, because it's going to make you get stuck into it. So what I'm going to go through is some of the things that I want to achieve this year. Firstly, I have got these amazing Arnhem Heroes Kickstarter models from Empress, sculpted by Paul Hicks, and I am really looking forward to painting those. They're absolutely brilliant. There is many people that have posted these, so I won't really zoom into them, but that's one of the things on my list. Going down, I've got a whole bunch of 3D printed vehicles, thanks to Rex, that I need to sort out. So in particular, airborne jeeps towing 6-pounders. And I got more of the Arnhem Kickstarter down here. The Arnhem Heroes one. And a whole bunch of plastics that I picked up as well that sort of need to be finished off too. So it has to be said that unlike last year, the British Airborne aren't my top of my list, because I've got other stuff I need to do. In actual fact, the top of my list this year is some early war or Barbarossa Germans and Soviets that I really want to get stuck into, and I'll have a look at those in a minute. But some of the other stuff that I want to get done, all these Fallschirmjäger that I've got out here. Going down, we have got, so this is my Panzerlehr, and just zooming in, I got some lovely Steve Barber models. So on the left there, headless and without their gun, just individualized for painting purposes, is the MMG team. It's a really nice model, looking forward to painting it up. And got the Panzerlehr sniper there as well. I got a bunch of 3D printed Shermans, including a Firefly, or 2 Fireflies if you include the hull, that Rex is just sending me small parts for, and some barricades there. I want to get those sorted out. Over here, whole bunch of Waffen SS. I managed to pick up basically all the infantry guns, infantry team weapons and stuff like that while I was in England, or just before I went to England, and picked them up when we went over there on our honeymoon. And this here is the early war German force that I've been working on. So I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. I am looking forward to getting some more highlights on it. I painted it sort of good enough to get on the table. And there's definitely some highlights to come. The reason why I haven't done it yet is because I am waiting for Wargames Foundry. I'm going to pick up a couple of the paints for their early war field grey. And that way I don't have to keep mixing it. And some more gun crews to base up there. So a lot of these models, actually the infantry models, are from Wargames Atlantic. And I'll talk more about those in another video. So here's the vehicles. This Panzer III here is painted by me. And what happened was, I think I've referenced this in one of the blogs, I gave some of these other vehicles, or all these other vehicles, to a friend, Colin, and asked him if he could base coat them in order to get one of our games on the table. And lo and behold, Colin gave them back to me completely painted. So I'm a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you, Colin. That crew member just needs to get put into the behind the Panzerbuchse. And the Krupp I'm looking forward to getting that painted up as well. Yeah, so that is the early war Germans so far. Got plenty more models to add to them. Coming through here, past some more piles of shame, I have got a couple of shelves of more Soviet naval infantry to paint up. I'll be adding to that as well. It's basically more of the Flank March miniatures 3D prints, and I picked up the Soviet Naval Brigade deal from Warlord Games as well, and we'll have a look in a minute at the Broncator naval patrol vessel, or riverine patrol vessel as well. So going down, got a whole bunch of Soviets there, but these guys here, on Instagram and on the blog, would have seen, so rebased all these guys. They were painted, not too flashily, but need to go back and finish painting those guys off. Plenty more there need to finish as well. And my lowest priority, just because it's not really a theatre that we're playing a lot of yet at the moment, is to get my Japanese army painted up on the table. So somehow I managed to acquire something like 60 bamboo spear fighters without really wanting any of them, just because it was the deals that I'd picked up sort of as an army deal. Another thing I've got to do is, thanks to Rex, I have got a whole bunch of Polston guns, which are both firing and in the towed position, so that's good. The start of my year has been basically putting stuff together. So we can see over here we've got pretty good old Rubicon models start to the year. We've got the MG34 there, a sustained fire roll. I made the guys removable so I can put in, if they're based appropriately, put in other uniforms. So maybe Fallschirmjäger and stuff like that without needing to have another actual gun themselves. So got the Rubicon QLT, the Opel Blitz, Gaz AAA in this case, and finally got on to doing the trailer and the crew for the flak that I put on the SDK 10/4. This here, not Rubicon, one of my favourite tank models I've ever had my hands on actually, which is the Cromwell with burlap camo. Lovely, lovely, lovely model. At the back, you can see the Broncator, not anywhere near finished. In fact, hardly even started, but I'm looking forward to getting that done. And at the front here, one of the nicest models I've made in a long time, which was the Rubicon SDKZ 234 with all the variants. And I plan on doing another little video on how I've made that so that it can fit together and basically all the different variants all the way up S234/1 through to 4. And the last thing to look at is, excuse the light, summer here and I'm looking towards the window, just need to finish off these other early war Germans as well. Again, that Barbarossa period. So that's it. Thanks very much for joining me. Thanks for letting me share with you a bit of Mike's legacy. Thank you for letting me share with you what my hobby goals are for the year. I guess this year for me, I'm starting a new role, which is going to be very time intensive. I'm also just had another surgical procedure. So I'm looking forward to feeling a lot better in a long-term injury that I've had, and I need to take care of myself this year, so that's another thing that is vying for time. However, when it gets dark and when I'm away from home on the in the new job, I'm looking forward to getting some more of this job done. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you soon.